thing is when you write something and then you slip into that role, initially they do know the character better than you because they've been living with the character, they've written this character, and then you come in and start playing the character. But what often happens is that you become the character and then they start writing for you as opposed to the character they had imagined. And it's kind of a weird transitional period on TV shows when you start doing that, because writers can get very possessive of the characters they've created. And when you see it going this way, they can try to pull you this way, back that way, or they can say they're not happy with you, or hopefully they say, God, that's great, I never thought of that. But in our case, because we were already committed for 20 episodes, the only option was to accept and move on. And actually, once they did that, it actually became a lot easier to write, because once you start giving them stuff, they get this feedback, and they're like, oh, Joe did that thing. You know what? We should write this because he can do that. So that's pretty much how that works out. And that's the part I like, is the collaboration. So it's actually a really, really rewarding part of, being an actor.
Have you found that your work in Stargate was closer with the writers than any other projects that you've been involved in?
Suspense.
Go to
that's hard to know. I have to say yes and no. Yes and no, because the truth is, yes, we did 100 episodes. So in terms of the sheer volume and the quantity of time spent, for sure. However, I've also done 12 network pilots. Some of them went, some of them didn't go. And those pilots, people get really emotionally invested in those pilots. And when you step in, it's a whole different thing. I mean, people are pinning their lifelong desires on the hope that this show that they've created or written or producing or directing is going to make it, because they're career-making events. And you walk into a very charged atmosphere and you're playing these characters and they really do get to know you, and you become like a family, either a fighting family.
Ladies and gentlemen,
really?
Your attention please.
Really?
Could Kyle
I want your
Dones,
attention.
That's Kyle Dones. Please attend the reception desk located at the front of the arena. Thank you.
And now everyone knows what a stupid surname Kyle has. Domes? Was that his name? Gnomes? Gnomes? No? Who cares? Go
It's
to acting.
Knob.
Knob, yes.
Knob.
Yes, Knob. Do another.
Mr. Knob.
Do a,
Knob at the front door, please.
another question, please. Yes, that.